you want to know about something that had happened. Now she can ask whomever she wants, whatever she wants to ask, whatever she want to ask, and that's fine. But I will always go to the source and be like, I just didn't really understand it. I don't understand what doesn't matter who I donate to and that kind of stuff. Now, Shug, my problem is not with VS. VS has the right to cover whatever she wants. My problem actually isn't with her. My only problem was, number one, I have never blocked her. I didn't appreciate her saying that, and I will always speak for myself. I don't have a problem with VS. My problem is with Shug trying to paint this story. All the things that was said about Shug was based off of receipts, down to what Lady Law has put out. I'm in a clear state of mind where I can tell you guys these things that have happened. And the reason why Lady Law was saying the things that she said is based off of the receipts. Now, off of the receipts that I put out, again, I never used a label for anybody, but there were some things that was questionable. And when he came out here, it wasn't like this, oh, I just came to help misunderstood with sobriety. No, that's not true. None of these people came out here to help me with sobriety. They all came out here and they wanted something. All the people that talked about my drug use failed to talk about their own drug use. That's what I'm saying. And it's really sad that these narratives were spread. Now, what Lady Law was saying off of these receipts that I put out, and I'm talking about, and I have said this before, when I first told that story in 2019, it was Lady Law, and at that time, I want to say Snoopy, but I first started talking to Lady Law, and they both asked me for the story in the beginning. I've never went to anyone for an interview, but Lady Law was the one I had a relationship with, so I spoke with Lady Law. She's in the chat, she can keep me correct. So, because of all the things that I went through, I gave her receipts, and my receipts not only overlap, they're in order. I don't just put out one sentence. I put out extra details above and beyond, and in those receipts, and there were some things that, like I said, a lot of the stuff I didn't even remember. So I told people only go by my receipts. I'm not getting through with the chat. We can see you. I'm just not reading the chat right now. I gave Lady Law all the receipts, and then from those receipts, Shug's asking about my daughter. He was closer to my daughter than my son, and there was just things in there that made her draw those conclusions. Nobody was making Shug out to be anything. She's also said my son's dad, who takes care of my daughter as well, because her dad passed away, he stepped in the situation and removed her. Now, when that happened, Shug was saying he didn't get to say goodbye to her, and he would continue to try to contact her. And when I did not allow him in the house, he was saying that he wanted to talk to my child. That is why Lady Law said what she said. She did not say anything more than what was in those receipts. And I know that it's an uncomfortable situation, and that's why I didn't want to revisit it. But I'm surprised that Shug would even want to go there and try to paint this on Lady Law. Now, the first time that was done, okay, I'm gonna have to turn my phone off because there's some people that's telling me not to revisit this story. I already said I'm going to revisit it, so y'all gonna have to respect what I'm saying. I'm not trying to make anybody feel uncomfortable, but this is something that came up, and I'm talking about it now because there were some things that I should have cleared up when it came out in the first place. Okay, so I'm gonna shut my phone off, and actually, my mods can't message me if I turn my phone off, so I have to ignore the comments that's not coming in from my moderators. Okay. So let me get through this. So the stuff that VS was asking Shug, I just felt like, why does he want to paint this picture? Number one, I didn't do anything to him at all. I do not owe him an apology. And if you want to cover something, when I'm listening to Cookie and I'm listening to Reed and all these people, they don't know what they're talking about. Lady Law saw messages where Shug himself was saying how much. Now you guys might say, hey, it's normal. It's normal to contact somebody's daughter when there's no relationship. You guys might say that's normal, but there was just some things that wasn't comfortable, down to outfits and stuff like that. There was just things that wasn't comfortable. So my child's father, once Shug had took my car, see, y'all didn't talk about any of that stuff. When he took my car, he took off with the keys because he said I was kidnapping him and stuff like that. And he wanted to speak to my child's father. My child's father would not let him come close to the house or anything else. And Shug was talking about he did not get to say goodbye. You cannot say that Lady La drew unreasonable conclusions because she saw a lot of things in those text messages that was weird, when he kept saying that he missed my daughter, and that's what I'm gonna say about that. And I have all of those receipts. Again, I'm not calling him a Pedialyte or anything else, because my whenever my child's father had sent something, because my child had tried on an outfit and Shug had made a compliment to my child when she put on this outfit, talking about, that's the one, baby girl, that's the one. My child's father did not like it. He was no longer allowed to come back around, and Shug was talking about he couldn't say goodbye. So you can't say that these things are unreasonable. And again, I'm saying, okay, he has some childish ways about him, but the whole painting this bag on somebody, putting this bag on somebody else, no. He came into the house, he stole a lot of stuff. He, as generous as I was to him, as the friend that I was to him, he was not that friend back. And so trying to paint this picture, you guys don't know what you're talking about. And Lady La only went off of receipts. So she did not just come up with this narrative because she didn't like Shug. As a matter of fact, she was on Shug's side. She yelled at me, got into it because she thought that I was lying on Shug until I sent her receipts. She was Team Shug, but as I put the receipts out there, then she was like, some things aren't right. Shug said that he was going to make tag my kids in a video. I'm not making this shit up. So it wasn't even the outfits that made Lady La say, hey, something ain't right here. It was on her platform. She may still have the video where he said he got angry with me, and he said that he would tag my daughters in a tape, a sex tape with us, and he would tag my son. First he said he would take it down. He goes, and I'm like, they're minors. Why would you tag them, something like that? And he was like, I need you to know who your mom is. That shit was weird. He made a video putting my kids' faces on adult bodies. So y'all got to stop telling me that I mistreated people. The problem is you got some of these people that feel that men are right no matter what they do. So that's why in VS's chat, I said, wait a minute, I'm not a troll. There's a lot that's going on here. And I'm getting emails telling me that I need to apologize to this guy that came inside my house, that went into my safe, that took money out of my house, money that I would leave for the nannies. All these years later, my story has stayed the same, and I put receipts out in full. So why y'all trying to bring up something like this? Lady La, you can't blame her for calling it grooming. Do I call it? I don't choose any labels. I only put out receipts at all. But if you want to bring up that, then you damn sure better have receipts to dispute all of my receipts, because I put out things in full. And when he said, because I stopped sending him money, I can't exactly remember why he wanted to tag them, but he had got upset. We got back and forth. Oh, I wouldn't let him come back to California. I cut him off. It's not how Cookie says, oh, Shug broke up with her. I got the videos of him saying that he was heartbroken because I wouldn't take him back. Cookie's commentary, she may be charismatic and loud, but I got the full receipts on what actually happened. And when he said, your kids are going to be embarrassed, I'm going to tag them in videos. Remember, Lady La was Team Shug. When I didn't send her the receipts at that time. She asked him. First he said no, this was on her live stream. He said no. And then he said, yes, I told her that. because I wanted them to know who their mom was. My daughter at that time was probably 14, 15 years old. He also said, when he said he was going to tag my son, Lady Law said, wait, hold up. And then hold on.